Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Esther O, your fashion hun on the block. If you're new here, hello, welcome to my channel where we talk about all things fashion. So today this video is part 4 of my autumn winter 14 wish list, and also just looking at what trends, what people are talking about in fashion, and how we can sort of be a part of the conversation. I just had lipstick on my teeth and I just removed it. People have been talking about a decline of luxury fashion being something that's true. I don't believe that. There will always be luxury fashion. There will always be luxury consumers. There may be a decline in the marketing aspect of certain luxury brands and products, but it doesn't mean people are not buying them every day. So what we may see is now quiet luxury, or just generally wealth worshipping, not becoming so prevalent in our media anymore. But luxury fashion as a market whatever is not going to, there isn't a decline. People are not going to stop wanting to own luxury things. So that's just one phase, one like conversation that I'm not believing that at all. So I would, that's what I'm really seeing now, and I'm also probably feeling in myself, is a sense of nostalgia for the recent past of fashion. I'm talking about when I was, for Gen Z millennials, when you were getting into fashion, the excitement that you had over certain brands, the Tumblr spaces, the fashion spot, other sort of niche internet spaces that spoke specifically about fashion for fashion's sake, and really feeling into the nostalgia of wanting that, because the voices were so raw and honest in those times and spaces. The critiques of fashion were so real. But now, like, I look on the very many fashion websites that I still have subscriptions for, and I'm like, a lot of the voices they don't really give their real opinions on fashion. So in terms of like fashion media and being a lover of fashion, you have to sit on like who, what, where, sheer lux, these sort of very specific fashion medias that aren't really saying much, because they're just sort of it comes across as just like commercial marketing, advertising platforms for said brands, and maybe wanting to maintain the favorability rather than actually be pushing the exploring ways to talk about fashion that aren't just like PC or keeping it cute, basically. But yes, that nostalgia for that real raw gritty opinions, not people who are bought by the industry and want to maintain good relationships, that's missing too, because there are people who still, that's what when I started into fashion, and fashion colliding with the digital landscape, it was being on like Tumblr, which is more underground, the fashion spot, which was an amazing platform, but being in those real fashion spaces, and the models of those times who were so popular and well loved, the Jessica Stams, the sort of Russian model, there's more of them, their names have escaped me, but the Russian model takeover, the Prada campaigns, the Stephen Meisel Vogue Italia shoots, the nostalgia for the art aspect of fashion, to be inspired to want to create for myself and be in a creative space. And that is why I'm seeing a lot of like, even Alexander Wang, I know he's been cancelled, but I'm like, people wanting that era that he came from and the excitement that he brought with his fashion shows, the media circus of the after show parties that you would see the photos pop up on your whatever platform you were using. It was just like a real innocent fun time. And the sort of mass population aspect of fashion, the Met Gala, all of these really boring celebritization of the fashion industry, I for one, and I'm sure a lot of people are done with it. We want arts but niche fashion spaces back, where we talk about the designers, our favorite designers, our favorite looks, our favorite campaigns, our favorite editorials, and it just wasn't about which celebrity is wearing what to what red carpet. That's just like a fantasy fashion idea, and it's just so removed from our everyday realities. And it's sort of like I want to be intentional with how I choose to dress as a fashion content creator. I don't want to create spectacles around. I want things that I can wear that looks like lived in, and I actually really wear this, and I'm not just trying to look like a fashionable person. So that's personally for me. But without the inspiration of life to inspire me, the fashion world to inspire me, I felt a bit dead on arrival in terms of what to dress, what to look like. But so yes, the nostalgia for that is back. Having those spaces where you can go to outside of celebrity, but you get to enjoy fashion, is coming back. I don't know where, I don't know how, but I feel it. But that leads me into my first sort of autumn winter 2024 like wishlist item that people are looking for, I'm looking for, is like the vintage bag to kind of capture the nostalgia for that era. And I've had the Chloe Paddington bag on my wish list for a while. The Chloe Paddington, let me see when it first came out. So the Chloe Paddington I can only see on Vestia Collective, so I don't know if they're gonna, I don't think they are bringing it, they're not bringing it back into design. Why does it look like I still have something? I do! Sorry, I'm back. I just had to wipe off the last bit of makeup that was stuck on my teeth again. So yes, back to the Chloe Paddington bag. I've only seen it on Vestia Collective, and I've just seen it on people's like mood boards on Pinterest and also Twitter. And I saw a really cute one in like a dusky pink that I may buy. I don't even know which, like, what is the real price, what it was used to retail at. I wouldn't want to buy it off of I would like to buy it off of a reputable seller, but this is, I hope they do bring back something similar, because also I would rather get a bag from the original retailer, because for after sales and aftercare it's just better to have that authentication of this being a genuine item rather than buying it for a third party for me. So apart from the Chloe Paddington, I wonder what they have in the current collection that people would want to like. I just think it's so cute, but it's cute to me. I don't know if a lot of people want this, because the price looks very low on Vestia Collective, so I don't know if it was in demand, the prices will go up. But also outside from that, I'm seeing that the Balenciaga city bag is also becoming, it's, maybe it always was, maybe I'm just out of the loop of it, but it's like that's also an item that people might be buying. But like in general, it's about looking at certain vintage but from the recent past pieces, especially bags, and how they represented a certain era, a certain lifestyle, a certain look, and really wanting to kind of claw at it and pull that and be like, yes, I'm back in that phase. I even saw on Twitter through, I think, Ryan Finn. If you guys have been watching fashion content creators, you would know about Ryan Finn. She's been out for ages. She's an OG in the game. But she was talking about the new look of being like model off duty for fashion. For like younger Gen Z, they're now trying to dress like the off-duty model who is between go-sees. That is also back in that nostalgic era of when models were like idols and people had their favorite models. That, you know, you would follow, there'll be fan pages for specific models, and all of their like scans of all of their editorials will be put on their pages on Tumblr and other spaces. Like that era is back too, and that wasn't that long ago. That was like early 2000s, way before the pandemic. But like, I don't know if it's 2010s, like that era was when I was like a fashion student as well, and it was so exciting to be what felt like in the like the main energy of wanting to be in the fashion industry, but not knowing exactly what direction. This was before the actualization of what it is like working in the fashion industry, but the hopes and dreams that you once had when you were a student, that's what like it's trying to connect to. So those are like, I've only seen, I just saw Balenciaga, and I saw I also like Longchamp as well. Longchamp bags, they're not as expensive as the Balenciaga which you can currently get, and the Chloe C bag, but that had its time in the sun, and that is also going to come back. It's a bag that everybody owns, but I see it becoming like a really popular statement piece to own again, and it's a little bit more affordable too. Also maybe like a Goyard bag as well. These are like very standard simple tote bags, but designer bags. But I also see that coming back. I wouldn't even be surprised if the Alexander Wang Rococo bag comes back into fashion and everybody wants to get the Alexander Rococo bag. I hope when if they do bring it back, or another brand releases a feverish it bag. All of these bags were affordable. They weren't like a Birkin or the Rome Margot. People aren't really interested in, we get it, luxury fashion is luxury fashion, but people are now like, hey, but with luxury being very expensive, and most designer brands trying to still keep a luxury price point, we're like, hey, we need some affordable designer brands. You don't always have to try and act, and stop trying to be like quite luxury and just be a mid-priced designer brand like before. Like that is coming back, and we're waiting for an it bag to be brought back out from that era. So mark my words, if it's not Alexander Wang, it's another brand who had their it bag moment from the early mid-aughts and are coming back in. Mark my words right now. So back into fashion, and I'm back. So after the nostalgic bag, that's just going to remind us of all our hopes and dreams and what we originally got into fashion for, back to like what's on the high street. Okay, what is it? What else have I come across from the high street that you could instantly buy? You can go out to buy now. You don't have to research and like hold on to try to buy. The first look is Barrell Jeans. My last video I was looking on denim and how just that as being a really cute staple look in the fashion space, and I'm focusing on those perfect wardrobe staples that you can have season on season, year on year on year. They're so worn in, you remember every time you've worn them, you can still smell the perfume of the last time you wore it. Those pieces that can be washed a million times and still retain their shape and color. So you really want to get you don't even have to get a good like high price product, because I've got some like H&M pieces, Zara pieces that I've had and for a long time that I also keep and take good care of. So it is a mixture of your ability to take good care of the items that you have, as well as buying good quality items. So the first one is jeans. The Barrell Jeans is in, I'm sure if you've come across Barrell style jeans. They are wide legged with a barrel, and it sort of creates a cuff at the ankle to give it's like a balloon shape, but you can get them that are a little bit more subtle if you don't want to look like a circus, you don't want to look like a clown. But that's the desired effect. It is to give an exaggerated balloon shaped trouser pants. The only downside that I have to these kind of items is that they are very seasonal, and you wouldn't want to carry over wearing it in, maybe even by next year you'll be done with wanting to wear them. That's the only downside. But I found some really cute pairs of Barrell Jeans from smaller labels that will be good to look at and try to support. So let's just get them up. So the first pair that I saw, that I've seen for a while, are from Margiela. These have a cut in the size, and these are extremely exaggerated. On the model, this model is obviously quite tall, so it looks great on her. But when I've seen it on like my Instagram with people, just normal heighted proportion people wearing it, it looks more like a baggy jean style than a Barrell jean style. I think these ones are only a couple of hundred. I don't quote me on the price, but these are cute and I like the split. You can even wear like net tights on the inside, or like bright red or colourful tights on the inside as a nice layered piece, because the slits on the side are very deep. Yeah, I do like that option. But if you are less punk and unorthodox and you just want some very just straight simple style Barrell jeans that you could feel comfortable wearing every day, then you can also try Reese is a store. I used to work in Reese, in their store. But yes, it's that like premium high street price point, but quality wise it's not worth the price. But that, I used to work there a while ago, so maybe they've kind of changed the production and the fabrication of certain items, so they would be worth the price. So you would want to shop in there. But then, so they've got the Barrell jeans with these also acid washed style mid blue denim. It looks really classy here, styled with this jacket and just white tee and heels. Also there is COS. COS will always have you covered when it comes to getting really nice luxury fashion pieces. These ones are grey and they have a nice panel on the side. I like the fact that they're mid-rise as well and not high-waisted. I think high-waisted on these really make you look like a circus performer. But I haven't seen these ones in person yet either on COS, but I've seen a lot of people wearing them. I've started to see them everywhere. I think they look really, really cute as well. And apart from that, you also can try ASOS as well for a little bit more of a lower price point. These ones that I found on ASOS are light blue denim. I like the way I think my last video I said, oh, light blue denim is for summer and not for winter, but I think while that does stand, I think it doesn't matter, you can wear whatever you want to wear. But I like the way this one is styled with a jumper and an oversized t-shirt, because on the other two they've styled the Barrell jeans with a more fitted top to kind of counteract the volume of the pants to a tighter top to give more of a figure. But I like the fact that on this one it's styled with a big t-shirt. I would style it with an oversized t-shirt too, and like a statement belt that you see with the Barrell pants, and then even an oversized bag, and like maybe some very chunky boots. Like I would really lean into the unconventionalness of the style of these pants. Apart from ASOS, I've also seen it on another brand called AW24. AW24 is a really good, particularly like denim, a strong denim brand. I think they are a UK based brand. In these ones, I like the way that the hem is frayed. It looks similar to the Margiela jeans, so they kind of look more designer than they do look high street. Like a high street made product has to be made in a certain way, has to be cut in a certain way, it has to have a certain amount of pockets. Like that's how you know when something is mass produced from like a large quantity. They all have to be made and finished in a certain way. But when the edges are frayed, when the design they've got like an interesting pocket, zips, more pockets than necessary, zip to here, pants, darts on it, that's a designer product, because they can design and have it made a little bit more intricately, and it's also going to be priced accordingly to more detail. But so these AW24 ones, I think the prices are maybe like 100 to 200 as well, but they look more like a luxury denim than just a high street denim brand too. Again, in a nice blue. Again, I do like the fact that it's all of these ones look more mid-rise, so that's that. So I think these barrel-legged jeans. For me, would I end up buying a pair? I probably wouldn't buy a pair of these, just because of the fact that I know when something is just off of a certain seasonal trend, I tend to avoid getting them for the season. But like with the capri pants, they've been around for a while and they are still like they probably came out last autumn winter. We had capri pants for spring summer, and now capri pants are still around for autumn winter. So now we've been a few seasons deep. I would get a pair, because now they can be a part of, like, they're not seasonal, they're a part, can be absorbed into your wardrobe and wear one of different wears. I like seeing them with like knee-high boots for winter. So I'm like that. I would always see how an item, the value and the journey of the item through the seasons before I consider investing in it and wearing it. I wouldn't rush to get it first. I don't know, that's just how my logic works. So following the same theme of staple wardrobe pieces for that you could use season on season, that you could wear in so many different ways and get such like value wear out of if you want to. I was just thinking about, like, when you have like a going out outfit, you don't really have a going out jacket that you could wear for that really dressy outfit. It always ruins, especially when you're out in the autumn winter, because you're always wanting to wear a jacket or a coat and you're like, oh, I have to just wear my winter jacket, and I'm like, it's ruining my whole fit. So that'll be something I'll be looking at next time, how to accessorize and style, and also going out bags for your going out dress. We always are flopping on the bag. So those will be my next 2 videos to focus on for your wardrobe, how to dress. But yeah, back to my other item is a really nice trench coat, which is different from suede, but a really nice beige camel trench coat. Again, a wonderful staple piece, Burberry trench coats. We have a great memory and time of wearing these pieces and having them in our wardrobe, wearing them in like a warmer autumn period. You can even wear, I wouldn't wear them fully in winter, but you can even wear them in spring, summer. Like, it's a great transitional weather autumn piece to have. It's a stylish piece. It instantly elevates an outfit when you have a sick trench with nice sunglasses and like a bag. You're good to go. It always, like, you always stand out when you're wearing a trench coat. Maybe it's because you look mysterious. If you're wearing a trench coat, you're like, oh, that person looks like a private investigator because of this trench. But you could go to Burberry and get a Burberry trench. You could go to like Banana Republic. I don't know if we have Banana Republic in the UK, but they do good like trench coats too. But then if you're like, those aren't the shops that I would normally shop in, and I want something that's just a little bit designed differently, I've got you covered. Okay, so as always, as well as cause for your great design led high street pieces, you also have And Another Stories. And Another Stories will always have you, if you're looking for any designer piece and you don't know, even not necessarily where to shop for it, but how to style it and envision it in your wardrobe. Because so And Another Stories, they have a gorgeous trench, beige trench on the creamier side, has the classic trench coats will have the large lapels, they will have the 4 big buttons, they will have the extra flap on top, the feature on the shoulders, and the cuffs on the sleeves. That is what a trench is. That's how they're supposed to be designed. That's how they look. And obviously in the waterproof colors, it is a lighter fabric. It's not meant to be heavy because it's meant to be quite flowy. It's meant to flow and be quite easy to wear because it's always long as well. So this one on Another Story, I can't remember the price, but you're looking roughly like the 200 range. I like the fact that it's styled with an all white outfit underneath. The next one that I have seen is from another smaller brand called Aligny. So this trench doesn't have the same classic designs of how to wear the trench. It looks like it's also more suede. On the photo, the lapels are a bit too thin for me. I would go for the exaggerated lapels. Does it have a tie at the back? It doesn't. No tie at the back. I like the other trench coat because a style that I'm going to do is take off the belt and use a silk tie and have that as a nice style on the back, because if I don't want to wrap it. So I would be wanting that for my trench, but it's there as an alternative to what else do we have? Of course, Cause. They have a gorgeous trench on Cause. Everything about this trench is perfect. I like the really thick belt and the way it gathers, or the fabric at the back. The huge lapels with is it leather or is it suede inner? You could also tie the belt in your own way, like a bow, rather than using the belt's buckles like how it's shown in this photo. I think she's wearing it with Barrell Jeans too. It's like a very much a volume to it that I think is great. I'm in the phase where I sometimes when I don't really want to wear anything that's like clingy and bigger and stuck to my figure, and I actually want to rebel against that that gaze and that look of this is how you have to be to dress well. You know, I just want to wear something that's volume and hides and conceals everything and actually distorts the female shape. Sometimes you just want to do that. But yeah, the COS one is my favorite. Again, you're looking at the same price point as Another Stories. And what else do we have? My final one, we have two. I always throw in like a younger brand just for fun, just for like, yeah, for fun. So this one is from Weekday. It's cute. Again, it's styled in all white, which I really like the styling of wearing all white and having a light colored jacket on top, for autumn. I'm actually into wearing white for autumn, winter now. And I'm gonna get some white jeans and a pair of white tops, yay. But this one is just a nice alternative. I think I saw it was like £20 to £30 on Weekday, as the cheapest option. And finally, just a little bit of a pleasant surprise, we have Mango, where they have a shorter trench coat, and this is very daring. I like the sleeves on this, the exaggerated sleeves. I like the buttons coming from the side, and instead of the really large lapels, I'm sure you could open it up and have really large lapels with it. I like the fact that it's giving a bomber jacket style fit on the cup, so you can wear it in different ways. She's wearing it here with some hot pants and some really sexy boots. That is your fifth option. What is going to be the new quiet luxury? I'm interested in that because it's coming. We're done with what luxury fashion was for everybody who wasn't. Is it the democratization of fashion? Is it less about having a homogenous fashion identity and stepping into, I wouldn't say fashion subcultures. Did we used to have fashion subcultures? I don't know. We sort of did, but it was always linked with music subcultures. It was linked with general culture. But I do see us stepping into fashion subcultures, and more now we want our own identity, and we aren't just jumping on trends. What fashion subculture would you belong to? Will it be people who strictly follow trends, who follow the highest form of like certain fashion trends, the highest form of like admiration to luxury brands to follow those trends? That's one subculture. So you just will quickly change whatever they're telling you to wear, you're going to wear, and you're good with that. Another fashion subculture is those who have specific designers that they love, and I think it's probably already existed, but it's now going to exist even more. But like, they worship these designers, and it's from a space of nostalgia, like old Celine and Rick Owens, and even Vivienne Westwood, and like other brands where the designers have a cult following, and you'll have the subcultures of those people who follow said designer and base their whole identity and personality and things they like off of the said designer. JW Anderson, you know, like that kind of Jacquemus, that kind of thing. That's going to be another fashion subculture. And then you'll have like the anti-fashion subculture, where it could be people who are like, I'm just going to wear the same silhouette, the same, like an antithesis of everything, overconsumption, underconsumption, you know, but really genuinely still wanting to be fashionable, but having like having a contrarian to what but they still like fashion, they still pay attention to fashion, but wanting to be contrarian about it. Like, I'm only gonna wear black, like people would only wear black regardless, like if that's your personal trend, but making it a point to only wear black, or to only wear deconstructed pieces, to only wear pieces from a certain era, like a very much a contrarian of what is currently there. But let's see how it develops and grows, because it's now a fun time to re-engage your connection to fashion for what it is to you personally, because it is personal. It is it's sociology with fashion, and I'm very happy to be here at this time, and I hope you are too. So that's it for my video today. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions, feedback. I love to hear it, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.